It's time for On the Radar. We ask an investing professional what they're looking at in today's markets. And we're back with Colin Cieszynski, Chief Market Strategist at SIA Wealth Management. Colin, economists, as I said, telling Bloomberg we're likely to have near zero economic growth right through to next spring. Is there a case for the Bank of Canada to stand pat tomorrow on rates? It is expected to.
I think they're most likely to stand pat on rates. They have for a few meetings now. And Canada was at the leading edge of central banks that have been raising rates. So we're up pretty close to where the Fed and some of the other the countries with the top rates are. Anyways, we're not playing catch up like, say, Europe or the Swiss or others where they're lagging and still need to just get to where we already are. And so in that sense, and inflation has been coming down slowly but surely, but it is coming down. So at this point, it doesn't seem like there's any reason for the Bank of Canada to move immediately in terms of raising rates any further. They seem to be pretty good where they are at the moment.
Obviously, with the rise in rates we've seen, there's been a big drop in yield stocks. Some of the banks yielding up around 6-7%, some of them. Is that a huge opportunity, yield stocks, high-quality ones in the current market?
Over the longer term, at some point, especially once it becomes more clear that interest rates have topped and start to come down, then high-yield stocks can certainly be in quite a bit of demand. And as well, that can help to provide a buffer as well. Even if we see the stocks come down, when you have a high dividend yield, that can help, especially when you enter into more volatile times.
I'm just looking at the TSX 60 blue chip index, and Bloomberg puts the dividend yields at about 3.7%. Now, I know there's different ways of calculating dividend yields, but just taking that, pretty attractive. I mean, if you bought an ETF that tracks the TSX 60, locking in a yield not far off 4%.
Yeah, I mean, dividend yields, and it's something it's interesting that for a long time when interest rates were falling and low, everyone was kind of focused on growth, on price appreciation, and forgot the dividend yield part, the money market yield part of investing, the low risk but you get paid interest or you get paid dividends, kind of went away and was forgotten for quite a long time, but it's starting to come back now, and we're starting to see more importantly the catch-up of this, that we had treasury yields lift off a couple of years ago, and rates have gone up, and now we're starting to see that catch up in investments as well. And it's something that we haven't seen in quite a long time, since you and I were much younger people and had a lot less gray in our hair.
Oh my goodness, tell me about it, yeah. Music was much better in those days. Well, of course, everybody says that about their youth. Love to get your take. The boss of Blackstone, Stephen Schwarzman, says remote employees don't work as hard. And you've heard other corporations express that view. They want people back in the office, and there is skepticism that people are as productive if they're working from home. What is your take on that?
I don't believe them for a minute. I've been personally working from home since 2017 all the time.
Prior to the pandemic?
Yes, and even prior to 2017, I was doing kind of a hybrid work from home, work in the office because of the hours I keep, because I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning writing newsletters, and then I'm in the office and and then I go into the office and I come home, and now I'm just home all the time. But I'm producing and I'm working throughout the day. So I personally, my productivity, if anything, has improved because I don't spend the 2 hours a day sitting on the train or on the subway, going back from work and dealing with those kind of disruptions. I find that working from home is quite quiet and actually enables me to focus more. So I for one have benefited from being able from working from home full time.
I miss my colleagues. I miss the opportunity
that is true.
to bug my colleagues. I don't know if I was less productive at home. It's hard to say. It's interesting, though, people with long commutes. I remember reading years ago, some people put up with long car commutes because at least it's a bubble of space in which they're left alone. They don't have the family bugging them. They don't have their workplace bugging them.
That's interesting, and it is something that's of interest. When the pandemic came, and everybody was home, there were more people around. When everybody's out, then it's just me and my space. Anyways, but that is a fair point, and I do have to admit, when you're home for a long period of time, sometimes the walls close in, and it is nice to get out and see other people.